Every year at the memorial, speakers include local leaders. Frank Keating was elected Oklahoma's governor just 3 months before the attack and immediately had to lead our state through crisis. Not just him, but also his wife, Kathy.
I can call up tears just like that. Because it's just, those wounds I don't think will ever go away.
A pivotal moment for Governor and Mrs. Keating came just before dawn, the morning after the bombing. Frank Keating thanked a firefighter who was leaving his shift and introduced himself as the governor.
And he took his finger and he punched it in my chest. And he said, well, then you find out who did this, because all I pulled from that rubble were a child's finger and an American flag. And he walked on up the street. He was completely freaked out. You know, he was in shock. So we knew from that moment forward, we had to be assuring and reassuring, have all of the best of everything for these rescue workers, firefighters, and thank them all the time. Thanks for being here. What can we do for you?
The Keatings set the tone, and the entire community followed their lead, caring for those who were helping Oklahoma in her darkest hour.
From all the people who donated blood or water, every need that was needed from the rescue workers, the FEMA workers, the police and fire people, the volunteers, every need. They say they needed their laundry done, the rescue workers who were visiting, and the next thing you knew, not only was their laundry done, it was folded, in many cases ironed, and put on their pillow along with mints and roses. That's the first time that had ever been done.
We have come here today for prayer and to begin a time of healing.
Mrs. Keating also took on the role of quickly organizing a prayer service that aired on national television 4 days after the bombing. Then President Bill Clinton expressed the nation's grief.
Let us not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good.
He really focused on doing everything we needed. It really was bipartisanship at its very best.
While others relied on the Keatings for support and guidance, they were relying on each other, a partnership in every sense.
I knew she was having a tough time. She knew I was having a tough time, and we had to stand there together because we had to be strong in front of the public. And because people were just shattered.
Were you able to fall apart behind closed doors?
Oh yeah. I remember I went back to my office one time, and I had a little, like a chair that I could lean back in because I was really exhausted, and I just started crying. It just wrenches you, but we had to be strong because there were a lot of things that had to be done.
Like deciding what to do with donations flooding into Oklahoma from all around the world to help families and survivors.
It was enough to help people, but it wasn't enough to help everyone in the same way. So I made a battlefield decision. If you lost your children, we would provide you counseling and we would bury the children. If your children lost you, we would put the kids through college anywhere they wanted to go.
No expenses.
At one time, we had 130 children in college.
The generosity of others ultimately invested in Oklahoma's future. After 9/11, leaders took a cue from Oklahoma City, our response, and our memorial.
We built our memorial on the heels of the tragedy, and we showed them how to bring the family members in and the victims in and give them the best and strongest voice.
Now, 25 years later, the Keatings continue to pledge to never forget or forgive the evil, but also never fail to embrace the good. It's a story worth sharing over and over again.
We tell it with heart and soul and love and kindness, and hoping for a better tomorrow.
Oklahoma City showed itself to be a glorious place. The people, enormous courage, not one act of looting, total selflessness, sharing and caring, very spiritual. Quite a day for Oklahoma City's goodness.